Everything right. Everything right. Hold on. I'm barely in the shot. Hold on. We good? Levels is good. Nah, this is a little bit. I need to move this over a little bit. Move it over a little bit. We good with the lighting? I don't know. For some reason, the lighting seems like something to be desired over here. Good. Let me make sure my drip right and everything. We good? All right, let's go. You know, I'm gonna take off the rings. Like last night when I was beaten, sometimes the rings get in the way. Urban Therapy with Son, y'all. Scared to sing, scared to dance, scared to talk. Hold on, let me let it marinate. Yeah. We gonna have a nice one this afternoon. Hope everybody's feeling all right. I know I am. You know, regardless. Let me let y'all know something, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something personally. You can't let life circumstances on a personal side always guide you through life. Because everybody gotta go through some shit. I said, you know, you gotta flow with it. Let it marinate again. Hit that like button, y'all. Don't be stingy with the likes. We gonna have us a good one today. That's gonna be good for me regardless. Because there can be certain things that happen to you, even when they're not good, but that can empower the hell out of you. And so that's what type of time I'm on. Therapy with Son, y'all. Hold on. We got 3 drums. We about to start integrating. What up? Stacy White. TK Wright. What's that, Shars? Is that Shars? Emily. Urban Therapy with Son 752. And this is the Urban Therapy with Son show. We do this every single Saturday. Hold on. We do this every single Saturday from 1:30 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Saturday. And it is Saturday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I'm your host, Son752, aka Omar, with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Son Show. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should too. So today, we talking about scared to sing, scared to dance, scared to talk. So we're going to talk about not just shyness, but how some people are shy in front of some people, even though they may have a talent or a skill or the ability to do to express themselves around other people. Now, you know, back when I was in college, back in the college days when I was smart, I remember we had to take this speech communication class. We had to take speech comm. And in speech comm, you had to stand up in front of the class and present something that you had written or done or whatever, tell a story, whatever. You had to do that throughout the class. And I learned in that class that there are more people who would choose death rather than to have to stand up and speak in front of people. For some people, that puts the fear of God. They would, and I said, wait a minute. They would rather die than to speak in front of people? Yes. And you know how they say that perception is reality? I've never bought that. But the perception that something will humiliate you or crush you or just tear you down is a lot stronger than you usually find out about things that are way more violent. You know what I mean? So the way that we feel about things, the way that we think about things often guide us way more than the physical consequences or circumstances that we encounter on a daily basis. Like, if you've ever been afraid to fight somebody and you fought them and you beat them or you almost beat them or you realize that they don't punch or hit as hard as you thought that they would. Yeah, your reality overshadowed your perception because you may have been so scared to fight them that you felt like you were fighting for your life anyway. And then you realize, like, not only could they not fight that well, but you scared the bejesus out of them. The bejesus left them. Like, here we go, bejesus. No more bejesus. Bejesus has left the building. No more bejesus. No more bejesus back. I'm not bejesus, but you know what I mean. So you think about certain people that you may have been around in your life where, you know, they may have been really shy around you, or maybe they were very comfortable around you and you got to see the good parts of them, but other people never got a chance to see them. I don't know if you've ever had a friend like that, a family member like that, or just somebody that you knew in passing that was like that. I knew people like that. I knew a lot of people like that. And you know how people who have that kind of mystery around them, they attract a lot of questions from people. Because people's like, is something wrong with such and such? You know, are they? And you might be like, no, they cool as shit. That's my people. That's my brother. That's my cousin. That's my sister. That's my bro. And they like, but they, you know, how come he don't never talk? How come she don't never, you know, blah, 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 blah. Or you tell them that they know how to really do something, like, yo, such and such can sing her ass off. I'm telling you, she be blowing like crazy. And you like, she can? Because they never saw her. They never heard her sing. They don't know what kind of voice she has, because there's no way she's going to sing around them. And she might not ever sing on stage either. Like, nah, we ain't ready for the big leagues. So, but maybe if you live in a house with her, or she trusts you so much that she will express herself around you, you might find out that she could probably be on the top of the charts or at least battle for position more than all of these female singers out here. She has that kind of voice. She got those kind of pipes, but only a selected few will show you that, or only a selected few get shown that. So some of y'all might have children that you know what they can do. You know their skill set. You know how great they can be. And I ain't even just talking about schoolwork, but that's another thing. That's another thing. You know, you can have problems with children in school, but whatever. You can have problems with children in school, even though you know that they are bright beyond the measure of what those tests or exams or quizzes could ever really calculate. But performance anxiety, being around people who you don't really like or you don't really trust or that you think will turn the good things about you around on you and make it a bad thing. Singing is one of those things, man. A lot of people, like, y'all see me sing on this show. I don't give a fuck. I will sing. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, hold on. You know what? Let me get this stuff out of the way. Because I was never shy. I've never been a shy person. But there have been times in my life where I didn't want to do things around certain people that I was uncomfortable with. So what I would do is I would practice while I was by myself. So when it was time for me to do something, I was already good, even though nobody had ever seen me do it before. So it was an element of surprise with that. What's that? Plush Kumar says, LOL, thought about you. We're selling some horoscope thing. Nah, we not doing that. Not doing that, my dude. Let me see what the rest of y'all saying. Charles says, son, got that energy. You must have worked out this morning. You know what? I didn't. Not this morning. Maybe I have some left over from yesterday. Brown Eye says, I'm very shy, so I wish your poll would have included all. Okay. Oh, no. We not doing that. You're never going to see me choose all of the above. Why? Because everybody would choose all of the above. I hate that shit. Stacey White says it's not as easy as it looks. That's what's up. Okay, so what up, Oakland? What's good? Yeah, matter of fact, hold on. I got a new song. All right, we good. All right. Let y'all hear my new song. Hold on. Let me. Okay. All right, here's my new song. I made up this the other day. You know, see, the good thing about having equipment is that for me, I sit around and I think about hooks to songs all the time. I've written a few songs lately. And, you know, sometimes I have a beat in my head or a sound that I want to do. So, you know, I got some equipment now so I can actually make that shit a reality instead of wishing that I had it. But here's my... Yo, what these niggas talking about? Fuck what these niggas talking about. I'm tired of what these niggas talking about. I don't give a fuck what they talking about. Fuck what these niggas talking about. Fuck what these niggas talking about. Hell, what these niggas talking about. Fuck what these niggas talking about. Yo, what they niggas talking about. I don't know what y'all niggas talking about. Yo, what these niggas talking about. What did these niggas talking about? Yo, what is they talking about? I don't know what they talking about, but I know what I'm talking about. Yo, I ain't trying to be what you talking about. I don't want to hear what you're talking about. Yo, get on what you're talking about. Get the fuck on what they talking about. What the fuck is these niggas talking about? I don't even care. Yeah, but hold on, I ain't done. Hold on, fucking shit. I mean, hit. What they talking about? What they talking about? Fuck is these niggas 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 talking about? I don't care what they talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Fuck what them niggas talking about. Fuck what these niggas talking about. Now see, probably, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I wouldn't have been able to do that. But I'm at the stage in my life, my career, and in my personal, where I'm like, it ain't even for y'all no more. It's a little harder when you're younger because you're looking for validation. You're looking for appreciation. You're looking for love in all the wrong places. So I know what it's like to be able to express yourself around certain people. And then with other people or around other people, you might be a little bit, not necessarily shy, but you might be more reserved. You might conserve your energy. Or you may, just play the cool role. You know how people play the cool role, like, I'm just not gonna say nothing. Because people think that people who don't speak a lot are mature. I've always wondered where they got that from. Like, such and such is very mature. Why? Because they didn't talk? Or because they really sounded smart or wise or seasoned when they did speak? I don't know. I've seen both. Stacey White says, I'm very shy. Chump says, I'd rather drink paint than listen to this. Well, go ahead and drink the paint. Drink the paint, die, or get very sick. I wish you all the best, man. Because one thing I would never try to do is stop somebody from getting sick or drinking paint instead of listening to me. You ain't got to listen to me. I mean, there were people here when you got here, and there'll be people here when you're gone. You go bye-bye. You go bye-bye. My man Troy Diesel. My man Troy Diesel is in the house. What's going on, my dude? But yeah, scared to sing, scared to dance, scared to talk. Now, dancing is another thing. How many votes we have on the poll? Just 11 votes? All right, I don't want to go to the poll yet. Let the poll cook a little bit more. Let the poll cook a little longer. But for y'all who are in the chat, do me a favor. Let me know what y'all find it harder to do around other people, or that you've seen other people struggle with more. Singing or dancing. Because one thing about singing is that you put yourself on blast. You do. You leave yourself open for people to criticize your voice, your technique, your inflection, your skill level, your breath control. And for some reason, you feel like if somebody tells you that you can't sing, like it's just going to crush your world. But then you see somebody like maybe a friend of yours, a family member of yours, and they sing like they Mahalia Jackson or somebody, second coming of Whitney Houston or Aretha Franklin, and they don't give a fuck. And you watch people like that, and you think to yourself like, damn, they can't sing worth shit, but I gotta give it to them. They don't care. They don't care, and they having fun with their shit. They singing it like they got it like that. And you're thinking like, yo, I can sing better than that, but I don't have the balls to stand up and do it. So Cowboy Baby Yoda, what up, man? Says, I've heard myself drunk singing, never again. Shit. Why you think they call it liquid confidence? They call it liquid confidence for a reason. It really does give you that confidence. Like, yo. And really, if you could channel some of the confidence that you have when you're under the influence of alcohol, or sometimes for some people, weed, especially cocaine. Cocaine gives people crazy confidence, ass Flavor Flav. That whole thing with the clock and the, remember the Flav dance? I used to love Flav. But Flav was clearly high every time you saw him. Clearly high every time you saw him. While Public Enemy is talking about, no drugs and Night of the Living Bassheads and all that shit. But Flav. Yeah. But what do y'all think is harder for people? Singing around people or dancing around people? Because, dancing is something that other people, you put yourself on display. Like, even if it's a crowded dance floor, somehow you figure like everybody is looking at me when I dance. So you watch somebody like Mary J. Blige, whether you think she could dance or not. To me, Mary be kicking it. She be dancing her ass off. You know what I mean? Mary don't play. And what I love about Mary's dancing, it's not choreographed. None of that shit that her background dancers are doing. Mary ain't trying to do that. Mary is not Big Daddy Kane. He is not going to flip and go between the legs. And you know what I'm saying? You ain't going to get that from Mary. Mary go, let me see if I can do some Mary dancing. Mary gonna come in like she extra drunk. Like, and I'll be like, and motherfuckers be like looking at Mary like, what the fuck is up with Mary? Mary be like, shit, I'm singing, I'm dancing. Mary is your aunt that get high on stage. And she doing it. She doing it like she in her bathroom with the door closed. Whenever I see Mary dance, I get inspired. Like, so you mean to tell me that Mary J. Blige can get on stage and dance like nobody's watching? But you see, niggas at the party, they too cool. Like, you might as well go ahead and do it. You at a party. The dance floor is for what? It's for dancing. It didn't say it was for professional dancers. You paid your money to get in the club. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you see the chicks out there, they get a couple of drinks in them. They all super expressive. They backing it up on the dudes and all that kind of shit. He trying to play it cool. Motherfucker, you gonna put a little bit more in that shit? Yeah. Come on. Yeah. I got you, ma. I see you. Back that thing up. But it takes a while to get to that point. Everybody can't get there. So when it comes to singing or dancing, a lot of people are scared to sing or dance. But which one do y'all think people are more afraid to sing? I mean, more afraid to do? Grown woman, don't try me. What up, ma? She says, I cannot sing. I do not care. You still sing. You sing. You got a voice, you sing. I don't know. I be thinking like people probably can sing more than they think they can, But you listen to the radio, you listen to records, tape, CDs, and all that kind of stuff. You see live performances, or you see, or you around or grew up around somebody, that can really, really sing. And you like, if I can't get to that level, then I can't sing. It's not true. My man Troy, the real Troy, not that not the fake Troy. We got a fake Troy, I'm talking about Troy McNeil. Me and Troy used to go to this particular comedy room, and this particular comedian / promoter used to always have these two people there that sang before we got on stage to do comedy. And the dude could sing very well, but he used to sing the same songs every show. Every show, the same songs. And the shows were every other week, every other Saturday. But the girl, she couldn't sing that much. She was okay. You know what I mean? Like, she could sing, but she ain't had no business really singing in front of people. And you could tell that she had some reservations about her voice, because a lot of people say that Mary J. Blige can't sing. But Mary grabbed that microphone like a shit don't stink. She'd be like, the fuck out of here. Hold up, why am I simulating the mic? Get a real mic. Get a real mic. You know what I'm saying? Mary grabbed the mic. Ah, shit. What'd I do? All right, here we go. She got tangled up and shit. Yeah, Mary grabbed the mic like, it's my mic. It's my mic. Anyway, shit, you ain't gonna tell me that Mary don't inspire other women to dance. Like, shit. I ain't gotta dance like Sierra. I ain't gotta dance like Beyonce. I ain't gotta dance like Janet Jackson. Fuck them. Dance like Mary. Mary do dances I can actually do. Lift your leg. Just lift your leg. All I really want is to be happy, to find a love that's mine. It will be so sweet. My life. Steve Martin. My life in the sunshine. Fuck that shit. Okay. So that's where we going with it.
You have a call from.
What's up, y'all? Sun 752 in the house. What's good? What's good? What's up? What's up, man? Hey, yeah. I ain't playing with y'all today. Fuck that. I ain't playing with y'all today. We
Herring.
You in the fucking zoning. You zoning today.
Hey, look, I'm not playing with y'all today. Like, listen.
Oh shit, man.
Only way I'm gonna fail today.
Shit.
I'm gonna only fail today is if I do it on purpose. What up, Kim's Whims? What's good?
Oh my god, man. my life. All I really. And then you went to the Steve Martin. Oh my god.
You know she be doing that shit. I seen her do it.
Oh
she will
God,
break out
man.
into a Steve Martin without, you know what I mean? Like, I'll be like, Mary be kicking it. If this ain't inspiration, what is? You know what I mean? Some singers just really, really blow them notes and just You know what I mean? You really enjoy their show. You really enjoy they set up, their voice and everything like that, their music. Mary inspires you to be better.
Why would you move in the chair back and forth?
Because I can, goddamn. Because, see, I got to do shit that motherfuckers won't do. You know what I mean? That's why I didn't warn y'all. I'm going to just do this shit. That's what kind of type time I'm on today. I'm going through something.
Wait.
I'm going through something.
Well, hold on, let me just say this real quick. What's going on with you today, bro?
Everything good, man. I'm feeling like a real man should, but it's better.
Here we go.
It's different. But it's different,
I need you to do the song again with the thing, man.
Huh?
I need you to do the song again for me.
Wait, the Mary J. Blige song? Fuck it.
No, the song with the drums. The song with the...
Oh, shit. Oh, you like my cut? Hold on.
Listen, that's a hit.
Hold on.
You go and get your
Hold on. Fuck is these niggas talking about? Fuck what them niggas talking about? Fuck what these niggas talking about? Fuck what these niggas talking about? Fuck what them niggas talking about? Fuck what these niggas talking about? Fuck what these niggas talking about? Fuck what these niggas talking about? Heard what them niggas talking about? Play it over what niggas talking about? Fuck what these niggas talking about? Tired of these niggas talking about? Yo, fuck y'all niggas talking about? Troy, what is these niggas talking about? Yo, I'm so sick of these talking about. Fuck is these niggas talking about? Fuck what 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 these niggas talking about? Yeah.
That's a hit right there, bro. That's not even a hook. That's the whole song.
I'm telling you.
That should be. Listen, as soon as you throw that thing in that outfit, that's the song you come out to.
I'm telling you, man. I ain't playing. Enough is enough.
Hold up. Soon as the soul come on, that's the song right there. What they talking about?
Yo. Fuck is these niggas talking about, me? I'm sick of these motherfuckers. Yeah, this shit's gonna stop today. Today, we find a new way. All right, man.
All
right. Oh, shit.
I ain't gonna call it yet. Let me get a second. But then when I seen you... Oh my God, bro. Don't do it again. How you keep doing?
Shit. Yeah, I mean, today we gonna get special. We gonna get special on them. No normal shit. I'm short busting them today. Short busting them today.
With the hat on this, with the helmet on and everything.
What? You know what I'm saying? Give me the motherfucking headphones. Hold on a second.
You have a call from.
Hey, yo. Welcome to the...
You're a fucking fool today, Kels.
Yeah.
You're a fool today.
I said, what the hell is going on today? Am I okay?
Enough is enough, man. You know what I mean? Like Rakim said.
He left the punch of the air alone for the day, bro.
Like Rakim said, no time to do your hair, baby. Brothers are busting at me. You know what I'm saying? Fuck this shit.
I was like, I don't even know what the show's about. All I know is I see you running back and forth and karate kicking the chair. And then you got the song. And I'm like, it's talking about Mary J. What are we doing?
Look.
Today.
Y'all don't know what I've been through today. I've been through a lot. I had a hell of a morning. but I'm ready. I'm ready. You know what I mean? Everything gonna be good. Everything gonna be straight. But I really wanted to talk about this today. Scared to sing, scared to dance, scared to talk. We've all come across somebody in our lives that was real shy and real scared to express themselves. And it says a lot about a person, because if they'll do it, if they'll really show their skill, their potential, or their level around people that they're really comfortable with, you have to kind of think about what makes them comfortable around certain people than they might be around somebody else that could really appreciate their talent and possibly even help it along, hone it, and really take it to somewhere where it could be monetized. Not that everybody wants to do that. You know what I mean? But if you've ever dealt with somebody that wasn't comfortable around you and you were wondering, how come you can do it with them, but you can't do it with me? And even though you were pretty close to that person, but for some reason with you, they seem to create a little, kind of create a wall. Like, okay, all right, not even on the side of being newsy or nothing like that. But if you've ever had like a friend that you may have considered a best friend or a really good friend, but they talk to certain people or a certain person about things that they don't talk to about with you. And you like, you know what I mean? If you really get sensitive about it, it can start raising your suspicions, or, you know what I mean? Thinking that they sneaky or holding something back from you or whatever. Cause you like, you might be the type to tell them everything, but you feel like they holding out on you, and you might feel some kind of way about it. But then if you're evolved enough, you'll realize like, well, there may be something about you that won't allow them to express themselves in a certain kind of way. And it's not always a bad thing. It could be like one thing that I've had about me, that people have told me about me over the years, is men who come around me seem to act a little bit more act a little bit more confident, or like with their chest poked out, even if that's not really them. For some reason, they feel like they have to be like that around me. And I'm not saying this because I'm that boy or nothing like that, because I'm not. But for some reason, they feel the need to kind of man up a little bit more, even more than usual. And I always thought that was kind of weird. And I've been told that my energy kind of makes dudes who are intimidated act a little tougher. And I'm not saying that they act hard, but they might act with a little bit more testosterone than they are typically known to display. You know what I'm saying? So I had to ask myself, what is it about me that makes dudes want to, I don't know, talk more about sports than they normally would? Like, yo, you was just playing with dolls with your daughter. You was learning how to braid hair. Now you over here, you know what I mean, talking about all, last time you was in jail, you know what I mean? You had niggas washing your drawers. Like, what part of the game is that? Like, I'm glad you made it home, homie. You know what I'm saying? Stay strong. But and Troy has seen this shit. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. But
you gotta realize something, son. When people come around you, they just feel as though they have to be more, bring out their uplift more of their masculinity because of the way you be talking. Some people don't understand that when you're, number one, you're boisterous. Number two, you're gonna speak your mind. You're gonna say what you want to say and feel how you gonna want to feel. Even when you joking, they still want to be serious.
I mean, it's a weird thing.
Am I lying, though?
Troy, you seen it in action. I'm inside of myself wondering, like what's that shit about? You know what I mean? Like, because I'm thinking we can just chill. I'm here to chill. I'm here. Wherever I am, I'm there for a purpose. But I'm only using.
Listen, even your text messages sound tough. You send a text message, "Good morning," to somebody, be like, it sounds like you saying, "Good morning."
crazy as shit. But
You got some tough ass text messages, man.
But no, I've been in situations where I knew
I've been
that,
around you when you've been through them situations.
no, I'm talking about aside from that. I've had friends who would express themselves or express certain things about themselves to other people that they wouldn't say to me. You know what I mean? Like, even when it comes to like, let's say they having problems with their girl or something like that. I've had friends who wouldn't necessarily talk to me about, what's going on with their girl. And they might have really been going through something. They got their feelings hurt. You know what I mean? But they might not talk to me about that. Or around me, they act like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like they got her like that. And they know damn well, she runs shit. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing about being in love with somebody. That ain't nothing to be ashamed of, but around me, they might act like it. And I'm like, shit, I don't act like that. You ever see me around women? I'm silly. You know what I mean? I'm playing around. I talk. It ain't gonna be too many differences between the way I am with dudes and the way I am with women, because I am me. So, but I get it. I get it. Even though I might say that I'm understanding or whatever, they may not really believe that will apply to them. So when you talk about scared to dance or scared to sing or scared to talk, I've seen it firsthand that it can be like that sometimes until you find a way to make them trust enough or comfortable enough to where you can unlock it. People have to know that that you're okay with them and that what they do is going to be okay with you. Not that you have a hold over them, not that you are the overlord of them or something or anything like that, but people do whatever they can in this world to escape humiliation. Now, Kim, you know that the Achilles heel of Leos is fear of humiliation.
True.
I mean, it's the thing that drives this is for every other sign in the zodiac. If you have any Leos in your life, whether they are children, whether they are adults, mothers, fathers, whoever, it doesn't matter. One thing that that drives them and that might explain some of their outrageous behavior and shit is that they fear humiliation. But they would rather die than have that shit happen until it happens to them. Because once it happens to them and then they don't die and they actually make it through it and they realize like, damn, this is the shit that's been holding me back my whole life. Now you're going to be dealing with a scary animal. That's what happened. Real shit.
Scary animal.
That's what happened. Look. With Magic Johnson, famous Leo, he thought that HIV shit was gonna take him out. Not just physically, but socially, entertainment wise, or whatever. What happened?
It didn't.
He's more famous and richer than he's way more richer and famous than he ever would have been playing basketball.
I ain't gonna even lie to you, son. I think that boy got the antidote. He went to Africa and got that antidote.
He might, but even though he didn't,
but I can understand where you're coming from, though.
Yeah, because even if he didn't physically die, living with the stigma, people still make jokes about Magic Johnson. This shit was 30 years ago, more than that.
Yeah,
it was fucking 34 years ago. He made it through that storm.
But even with that, people look at him differently. They put him on a pedestal, you almost want to say.
Exactly. Exactly.
He did all of the
business
it didn't stop his popularity at all.
Well, he thought that it was going to bring out some gay rumors. It was going to make him look bad with the kids because he shouldn't have been out there slinging his dick all around as a married man and all of that. He could have fucked around and gave it to his wife and everything. There was a lot he had riding and he took it all personally. But once he overcame that, it was like, oh, hold the fuck up. Now you could probably, make a AIDS rumor. An AIDS joke or something to Magic to his face. It don't matter. It don't matter. If you test him right now, it's gonna come up negative. He made it through all of that.
It don't matter because anytime you see his son's daughter, his daughter's son, it's not gonna matter.
Well, I think him going through the whole HIV thing prepared him to be able to weather the storm with his son being that way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he would have been able to take it otherwise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you look at him, you look at Whitney Houston, same thing. Even though she never got totally clean, she had a rebirth. And Whitney was definitely keeping to herself before the crack rumors, the coke rumors, the getting high shit. After it was like, well, they think I get high anyway, so it don't fucking matter. But now I'm gonna show y'all who I am and how I really am. So when you saw her on that reality TV show or whatever, you saw Whitney just hanging out in front of other people. Now you seeing the real Whitney. Cause now she don't have to play like she the innocent little sweetheart of America. She ain't have to do that. Now she can be like, shit, well, y'all already know I get high. Y'all know I fuck. Y'all know I even got a little thing for women. So what of it? I know y'all want to hang out with Whitney. And she was right. You know what I mean? She couldn't do that before. Yeah. Barry Bonds, same thing. Everybody know that the steroid allegations against Barry Bonds was real. They are. He took them, but it didn't kill him. It didn't kill him. And he still holds the record for the home runs. Can't nobody take that shit away. So he said Magic got financial aids.
He got financial aids.
JB said dead Tupac is better than live Kendrick. No, the fuck he's not.
No, he fucking not. Thank you, son.
I'm gonna say this: live Tupac wasn't better than live Kendrick. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? No. And unless you talking about, if you talking about star power, yes. Lyrically, not even close. Not in the same stratosphere.
And we talking to the bar lifer right here.
Tupac was not better than Biggie. Biggie was light years ahead of Pac lyrically. It was not.
Yo, man, you got
dead Tupac better than live Kendrick.
Phone, Kim. Thank you, son.
We not playing them kind of games. Kinda lie. What's good? We not gonna be doing that. You know what I mean? Dead rappers can't be taking up all the space in this world. I get so sick of that shit. You know what I mean? All right. Anyway.
Even Rakim ain't better than Rakim. We talked about Rakim before, but the rest of fuck all that shit. I gotta say it like you. Fuck all that shit.
Well, what are you saying?
I'm saying Rakim ain't even on the same level as Kendrick because Rakim is not. He's not even. You know what I mean? We both talked about Rakim before.
Well, let me put it this way: you would have never saw Rakim play the Super Bowl.
Never.
You ain't never.
He don't even have a catalog for the Super Bowl.
that motherfucker would be on stage like this because he hold the microphone like this. Hold on, it be like this. So yeah, thinking of a master plan. Ain't nothing but sweat inside my hand. Like this motherfucker ain't moving. He ain't walking.
He don't even got no dances. He ain't got shit. It's just him and Eric B.
Be like, so when they had the rehearsals for the Super Bowl, what is Rakim at the rehearsal for? He skipped all rehearsals. Like I don't need no rehearsal because I'm gonna just go and say my rhymes. I'm gonna kick it like it was supposed to be kicked.
I'm gonna just walk back and forth. I don't need no dances neither.
Yo, Ra is the God. But as far as performance is concerned,
Only thing you gonna hear, the only thing I want y'all to know is close your eyes and hold your breath, and I'm gonna hit you with the blow of death.
Your hands in the air, your mouth is shut, because I'm on the mic and Eric B's on the gut. All right. Listen. I'm tired of hogging up the whole show. So y'all get what we talking about. So let me ask y'all, what do y'all consider to be harder? Singing in front of people or dancing in front of people or talking in front of people? Now, let's just keep it to singing and dancing for now, because we know how hard it is for some people to talk in front of people, but really that's a different animal. Singing in front of people or dancing in front of people. Now, when I ask y'all that, I'm talking about not just yourselves, but from what you see in other people. What do you consider to be harder?
I would think maybe singing. I see more people dancing, and I think
singing too, because I think that if you dance, you can just do the same old two-step and get over with just the same two-step.
Okay.
You know, but singing, shit. I never forgot I did you know, I went to a karaoke. I went to go do karaoke one night because my singing skills, from scale of 1 to 10, I give myself about a 7.
Okay.
7.5.
Okay.
You know, but the thing about it is, like, you know, I tell the crowd, you can come here and do karaoke or you can do karaoke. But the number one thing about it, you got to be able to read.
Yo, you right about that shit.
They don't know. If you can't read, you cannot come up here and do karaoke.
You know how you see on TV.
That's a good point.
You know how on TV where they have like a sing along and they got the bouncing ball. You can't follow that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I used to hate that damn bouncing ball.
Put the ball back over on the left. I can't. You missed the word. It don't even tell you how to sing it. They only tell you what the words are. I'm like, I think they leave some words out. But I think y'all might be right about this singing being harder to do in front of people than dancing might be. And I think one of the reasons for that is that you can dance in the dark. You can be at a party, especially when the basement parties used to be, you know, the house parties used to be back in the day. It wasn't no well-lit, It was never no well-lit joint. So you can blend in. You can blend in and dance and nobody really ever saw you dance. But when you sing, people, you know what I mean? When you dance, other people are dancing around you. When you sing, it ain't like everybody was singing first. Like you just break out in song, you know what I mean?
When you sing, you got that attention.
Man, listen.
It's all on you.
I'm gonna bring this up again because I brought it up before. One of my finest moments is when I made Kim sing over the phone. I made her do it.
God.
That's right. It was beautiful. It was fucking beautiful. It was. It's beautiful. She was singing her ass off. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
We got to rebroadcast that. Go ahead, Kim.
Yo, Kim, that song, Lions, Tigers, and Bears by Jasmine Sullivan, that's Kim's song. That's because she was tearing that shit the fuck up. I was looking at the phone like, oh shit. All right. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And at first she tried to sing it light. I was like, nah, Kim, we not doing that. Sing the fucking song, Kim. All right. Omar, okay. Because I'm Omar when she get mad. I'm son. You know what I mean? I'm Omar. I was like this shit. You know, that's look, Troy. She invoked his mama called him Omar, so I would call him Omar Rule.
You're so full of shit. You better shut the hell up.
Look. I had to
Omar. I'm like, God damn, she went to the Omar.
Look. I had to invoke
She ain't throw your last name in there.
Troy, I had to invoke the eat the cake anime rule on it. Like, look, goddamn. Eat the cake, anime. Sing the fucking
Now I know
song.
y'all don't believe this, do you?
Well, it was close. It was close. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. You know I made you. You know I made you start the song over. You did it like 3 times.
Calling you Omar. In the heated debates, I remember her calling you Omar. I never heard her call you son.
First of all, Troy, you shut the hell up too, because ain't nobody asked you to tell that tale.
Why? Because I'm co-signing?
You know what we doing?
Well, hey, the only way I can shut up is if you go here to sing at Jasmine Sullivan's song. So you
I'm
on
not
the
doing
mic.
that. I'm not doing that.
She not.
I know y'all don't believe what he's saying.
Wait. Hold.
What this man is
Wait.
saying.
What part am I lying about, Kim?
First of all of it.
How? You didn't sing the song?
Hey.
Well, no, wait. Wait, did you or did you not sing the song?
I plead the fifth.
Okay, I'll ask a better question. An easier question. Did you or did you not sing the song 3 times? Because I said no, sing it right, Kim. Yeah, okay, I'll accept the 5th on that one too. But I'm only going to accept the 5th of vodka on that, not the 5th amendment. You know what I mean? I made her start that shit over. Like, fuck that shit. Sing it right. I was like, you got it. You sung that shit. You sung the shit out of that. You ain't throwing the lions off the set with this shit. They sing that shit. This is gonna happen. But yeah.
How did my name get pulled in this mess like this? Why?
I mean, listen, it's my word against yours, right?
Check it out. You know me. I'm gonna tell you one thing about, right? The funny thing about it is, I was shy dancing, but my breakup dance, I had went to we had a party at this. It was like a senior living place, so we had a party there, right down there across the street from West Catholic High School.
Okay.
Right. So we go up in there. And then all of a sudden, they talking about giving $50 to somebody who ever won a contest. And apparently, I wanted to win this contest. So all of a sudden, the first dance, my first coming out dance was the Pee Wee Herman.
Okay.
And the Roger Rabbit. So all of a sudden, they was like, go Troy. Listen, man, they was like, go Troy. Go Troy. I was in it. I would have won, but they had the person that won had more people there. But that was it for me. I was like, I'm in this shit now. Huh?
Did you say at a senior living place, a senior living facility?
Well, you know, they was renting out. They were able to rent out the hall. They rent out the hall to people. Let me find
out you competing against the seniors for $50.
Well, you wasn't there, so I wasn't competing.
I want this money.
I wasn't. If you was there, I would have been competing. You know, senior citizen.
Oh, but you're older than me, right? Okay. We'll go with that for today.
I mean, because you be coming up yesterday, you made me and son look young. The way you was talking about stuff, you know, about music and stuff, jazz and all that.
Hey,
razzmatazz.
Listen. I can't help it. The people around me were older. I can't help that.
Well, I mean, when I was younger, I didn't really, like I said, I used to practice dancing by myself. You know, because when I was younger, I didn't really go to a lot of parties or whatever. But you know, when you're younger, you go to parties. So, yeah, like I said, you know, when hip hop really started. When they started to get like background dancers in hip hop after the break dancing thing, because I was good at break dancing, popping, and all of that shit too. But to me, that's not really dancing. You know, that's competition dancing. Like you can't break dance on the floor while you dancing with a girl. You know what I mean? You got to learn how to do some regular dances. The kind of dances that have names on.
But she's gonna walk away. But you can.
Look, that's you know what I mean? Like you really doing too much if you do that kind of shit. Like, yo, she backing it up and you windmilling and shit. Like, yo.
Yeah, that's what I told you, young. You gonna hit the shit out of
No, tell her to get out of the way. Get out of the way. Says she wanted to slow drag you up rocking. Like, come on, dude. You know what? You know what I mean? You got.
I've been on the dance floor when somebody was doing some strange, and I was like, I just walked away and left them out there because I don't know what this is, but I'm out on it.
Yeah, well, you know.
Well, I tell you this, man. I told these young boys the other day, I said, you know why y'all out here killing people and doing drill music? He said, why? I said, because y'all have no house music where y'all can grind on these young girls' asses. And these ain't y'all dance for them. Y'all want to show them y'all can dance.
No.
Yeah, that's why.
No, Troy. No house music. No house music. No.
Thank you.
I'm at house
that
party.
way okay, house party.
House parties up there.
Thank
house
you.
Music this shit. House music is this shit.
So he got out of it and went right back into it.
He doubled down on it.
Clean the shit off of your shoes. Yeah, clean the shit off of all 10 toes.
This house music song called Gangsta Gangsta.
You gotta stop laughing every time. You gotta stop. You gotta
ninja kick you right now.
You gotta stop laughing at that shit every time you say it. That's what you gotta do.
Ninja kick you.
All right,
man.
But okay, so dancing in front of people is not as hard as singing, but singing for most people is like that's something that people really only do if that's what they do. You know what I mean? Like if they really want to express themselves, they really want to show off and show out or whatever. And it's very impressive when somebody has a really good singing voice. But I've known people who had really good singing voices and that I know could sing because I've heard them. But some people wouldn't really sing around me. And then you know how you can tell that a person is holding their voice back? So they can really sing like, but they like, I'm like, okay.
When you have to develop, and I think you know what made me sing. I think when we auditioned for Def Comedy Jam, right? My mom was there, and I had done that Teddy Pendergrass joke, and I said, I'd be like, feel so good loving somebody and I sung it out. My mom was like, when I got done, after she cursed me out about the joke and the vibrator joke I did about finding underneath her bed, she was like, what she said, Troy, I didn't even know you could sing that good. And I was like, I didn't even know my mom thought I can sing that good. Well, let me start doing it now. And once you develop, and I think comedy just let go all your fucking inhibitions, because when you're able to talk about yourself and joke about yourself and say anything bad, good, or whatever about you and don't give a fuck about it, singing don't mean shit.
Well,
comedy would be harder.
Wait.
Comedy would be harder to get in front of people and do it.
It is, but you practice your jokes and you do the same jokes in your set to try to develop your set. And it can take years for you to get like 10, 15 or 25, 10, 5, 10. It can take you 3 to 5 years to get 5 good minutes. And when they say 5 good minutes in comedy, they're not talking about all the filler. They're not talking about just being funny. They talking about your set where your jokes are popping, like back to back to back to back to back to back. That 5 minutes expands. Yeah, that 5 minutes expands to all the filler where you can make 5 minutes of good material into 45 minutes. You know what I mean? So if you have 10 minutes, you could do an hour and a half special. That's the way that works. But you really only have 5 or 10 minutes of strong jokes. Like if you had to like do them back to back without stopping, like say in a comedy competition, that's when your 5 minutes or your 10 minutes is really, really key. So and that 5 and 10 minutes has been proven consistently from every club you ever performed in, every city, state, wherever you've gone. Like that's your set right there, and that's what you get booked on. So with that being said, not every comedian expands to other areas of entertainment. The confidence to expand themselves to other areas of entertainment. Like most singers, most actors are already singers because it's part of the acting regimen. Like when you take acting classes, they have singing in it. They're gonna make you sing. Now, whether you sing good or bad, it doesn't matter. They're gonna make you do it because they know that you're gonna have roles where you may have to. But every singer is not an actor. And every comedian is not a singer or an actor, but they are much closer to being an actor because you're on stage. Depending on how you tell your jokes, you may have already had acting in it. But some people tell jokes, like straight up jokes, time and time again, where they don't have to really do any good acting. And to show you that every comedian is not really good at acting, look how long it took for Damon Wayans to be good at acting. Because as long as he was doing his set, movies around his set, like Blank Man and shit like that, he was funny. But when he actually, but you heard it, how he sounded when he had to actually say lines. He was terrible. He was terrible. By the time he made it to My Wife and Kids, I was like, he finally fucking got it.
Yeah.
But it was 30 years later.
When he played in that movie with Bruce Willis, he was the worst.
Oh my God. Remember his first movie, The Last Boy Scout?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the
fuck? Talking about. That's the one I'm talking about.
that was Bruce Willis was in that? Yo, he was I was like, yo, you mean
I thought he was telling jokes when he was serious.
Yo, my thing was they couldn't coach this better. They couldn't make him do no better than that. And every movie he was in, he was terrible. You know what I mean? What was that movie where he was like the hustler, Mo Money, right?
Yeah, Mo Money.
Yeah. I was like, he's terrible. Just let him do his jokes.
I thought he was going to be typecast. Because he seemed to have a consistent non-character character in each movie. Before he improved, he did seem like he was going to be typecast. Like Lisa Ray, typecast.
I was thinking to myself, like, why don't they get him some acting coaches? Because in a movie, they do so many takes. They couldn't tell him like Damon, you're not believable. We need you to slow it down a little bit. We got to get
Keenan was pretty good.
Everybody else was good. He was bad.
Mm-hmm.
He was bad. Sean and Marlon are very good.
Mm-hmm.
Damon was the worst, but he finally cracked the code. He finally got better. So yeah, it's not always this. Being on stage, telling jokes is different than being in front of a camera or in front or in a play and doing that live, because you can tell your jokes without any real feeling. Like if you really think about Damon Wayans jokes, if you really think about how he told his jokes, like it was all fake emotion. You know what I mean? The homie don't play that. You didn't think he was really mad. He was acting mad. And we took it because it was comedy. You know what I mean? It wasn't him actually being mad. He would have to do something different for that. Same thing like when he doing the Mo Money thing, because everything, all his movies was based on what he did on In Living Color. All of them. So when he had to step outside of that, it wasn't an easy transition. He didn't know how to do it. He was trash, but he got better. So that kind of lets you know that comedy can definitely break off into other things, but like you're not going to hear.
Comedy is a form of talking. So when you talking, comedy is a form of talking. And it's a form, and even when you're able to talk to people and have a great conversation with them, or going to be a great conversationalist, is just as great. So one thing can break down the barriers of a lot of things.
Yeah.
Comedy can break down the barriers of everything. And when you develop in comedy, and you let go of them inhibitions of don't give a fuck, life becomes a lot different.
It takes a
I know
long. It can take.
for me.
It can take a long time to
different.
get there. It does. Most people in their lives struggle not to be laughed at. Comedians are different. They're a different animal because they struggle to be laughed at, and it's weird. And yeah, and I do mean laughed at, not laughed with, because people say no, they laughing with you, not at you. Those are only the people who are not comedians say that, because no, I need them to laugh at me. I don't give a fuck if I trip and fall. If I trip and fall, it's all part of the act. I get paid for this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So one thing you're not going to do is laugh at me if I'm not funny, because that won't be interpreted the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So you might boo, but you won't laugh. Other people, if they do something stupid or humiliate themselves, you laugh at them. Well, the comedian is setting that goal to be laughed at. So when he's not funny, what you don't do is laugh at him. You just stare or moan.
A true story about yourself, and you able to laugh at it and get the crowd to laugh at it with you. Man, boy, that's a beautiful thing.
But like
when that story wasn't supposed to be funny in the beginning,
but
you tell the story.
But like I said, singing and dancing is different than telling jokes, because being a stand-up comedian is something you strive for, and you don't get up there all willy-nilly and just try to do it. You might tell jokes with your friends or whatever, but not stand-up comedy jokes. It doesn't hit the same way.
Different monster.
So when we talk about singing and dancing and talking in front of people, you might have a child, you might have a brother or sister, that was what they can do because you live at home with them. So you've seen them. If your sister can really sing, if your brother can really dance, what everybody who's really close to you can do. Y'all living under the same roof. They're not really going to hide it from you. But for the rest of the world, you might understand why they won't do it for everybody else. Because what their insecurities are, what their reservations are, where their shyness is coming from, and who can bring it out of them and who can't. So like earlier when we talking about, when you are dealing with somebody like a good friend of yours or a close family member or whatever, and they don't or won't talk to you about certain things, even if it's things that they are struggling with, and you want to help, and they may know that you want to help, but they still may not feel like you are the one that they can present themselves to yet, and you might take that personally. So at the same time, you got to sit back and watch them struggle. And you're like, well, why? Because you got to keep from getting in your own feelings while watch them struggle with their feelings. So it can be tough. Very, very tough. But yeah, talking in front of people. Yeah, I mean, I know that's some people don't want to be like supervisors or managers at their job because you got to do presentations.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You got to do them, even on a smaller scale. Like you could work on a construction site, and as a supervisor or a foreman or something like that, you might have to have meetings. Like, all right, listen, these are the plans for today. Instead of you being on the crane, I'm going to need you to be on the backhoe, and like having to put yourself out there to give directions out to people, even though you want to keep them thinking that you're on their level, so they'll work for you because they like you instead of because they have to. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't deal with that heat of being in a position of authority. It ain't for everybody. So I mean, I understand what people say when they say, I could be a supervisor, I could be a manager, but I don't want the headache because, getting grown people to do what they supposed to do is hard. But I hear what they're saying, but in the background, what they're saying to me is that yeah, I couldn't deal with people not liking me because they have to do what I say. I don't want that. And I wouldn't be very good in that role because I would be trying to find a way for them to not have to actually do it. Next thing you know, I'm fired.
That's still somewhat of shortchanging yourself for a position you deserve, but I can understand that.
Yeah, you can, but it's a lot. Look, there are only so many supervisors and managers. There are way more subordinates than them, and everybody ain't. There's. I used to look down on that a lot. Like, damn, I mean, why would you want to stay in the valley when you could be at the peak of the mountain? Well, everybody ain't supposed to be up there. It doesn't make them lower than you socially, but on a professional level, they are where their comfort zone is. Yeah. And you're where your comfort zone is. So the same headaches that you have by being blamed for the team not performing, because that's what happens with the coach. The team don't win, they blame the coach, not the players. Like, man, he was dropping passes out there. He couldn't shoot it. He couldn't make a basket. He out there shooting bricks like he never played before. Yeah, well, that means you didn't prepare the team. You didn't prepare the team. So everybody, I can understand people not wanting that heat. I get it. I totally get it. I didn't get it when I was younger. I get it now. I get it.
Well, I understand it because right now, like my friend wants me to teach these classes on using artificial intelligence and preparing people for what's coming. And I struggle with that. And I'm like, I can't do that. And she's like, you teach all of us all the time. But I'm like, it's different because it's like I can teach my loved ones anything. But just to teach a bunch of strangers, I don't do that. And it's not that I don't want to talk to a whole bunch of grown people and tell them stuff because I don't want all the questions. And then, like with my loved ones, if you're not listening to me, I'm going to spaz out on you. But a stranger, I'm not going to get in an argument with another grown ass person because my answer would be, if you don't want to get out here and learn shit, I don't give a damn. You lose. And it always comes off like I'm just being a bitch, but it's not that. It's just like, look, I'm trying to tell you what to do. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to listen. And I don't know you. So I don't give a damn if you make money or live or survive or none of that. However, but if it's my loved ones, then I could feel more compassion about it. And I could be more concerned with it. So
I would never think that you would get upset at somebody talking about, I ain't never see you argue with somebody about AI, but that's just a whole nother subject.
Cut his mic off.
Turn my mic off.
Cut his fucking mic off. You're doing too much.
I can't wait till next year when I get there.
You know what I mean?
The first person I slap down to the ground.
Cut his fucking mic off.
He was like,
should have never did this show. It was a dumb idea.
It was a dumb
It was
idea.
the stupidest thing I ever thought of.
But and it's not even an argument. It's just that, I know what we're headed to. Yeah, and I know what we're going to get into. But I can't see myself teaching this class. But my friend is, when I tell you she is on my ass about this on a regular basis, she has counted up how much money I would make and everything. And she's like, you will be able to do what you want to do with this house by this time. She has done it all, mapped everything out to convince me to do it. But I just struggle with it. And so it may not seem like it, but I'm one of those people. I have a tough time getting up in front of a group of people just speaking. I have to warm up to it. However, when I was involved in open mic, I set stage on fire. But just to get up and talk about something like AI, I struggle with because now I have to do all the professional stuff. When I'm in a comfortable scenario where I can just talk and relax and be myself and I don't have to worry about facts and all that kind of stuff, I'm good. But when I have to start remembering facts and giving percentages and all this kind of stuff, that kind of changes things for me. So it makes it more difficult. When I'm talking about business.
Well,
But when I get, I'm just gonna give you. Well, let me let Son talk first. Go ahead, Son.
no. I was just going to say real quick. You can maybe your stage is your stage, and maybe your resistance or your hesitance or your shyness, whatever you want to call it. It might be because just like you were saying, in a teaching role where you may feel like a certain responsibility is supposed to be associated with that you may or may not really want to deal with all the time. But like you said, on the open mic or whatever, you feel like that's your place to shine. That you have to find your stage in life, but know that the stage that you find, which is basically your comfort zone to be able to express yourself freely, the stage that you find can also open things up for you to find another stage. So other stages can be created for you. You know what I mean? But confidence is like a virus. It infects. It's infectious. So once people see you act with confidence, when they see, like it doesn't surprise me when I see people come into the chat or whatever, come into the comments and be like, look at this bullshit here, blah blah blah, or I could do this and blah. And I'm glad that you think you could do this. I'm glad that you are inspired to even believe that you could do this, because it took me a long time to be able to do this. The silly shit y'all saw me do in the beginning there, that wasn't going down 15 years ago. It wasn't. You know what I mean? I had to get to that point. All the silliness, all the I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like an Olympic, this is my shit. I had to get there. It took years. So
a lot of people don't understand that. You have to develop. Once you develop the I don't give a fuck attitude, that I feel as though this needs to be talked about, or I feel as though this is funny, then that's when you just sit back and just say, fuck it. Just like you was just sitting up here dancing and enjoying yourself, and even though you was moving the chair back and forth, dancing with the chair.
Yeah.
You know what? This world, people have made it feel, because there's so many people who are air quote podcasters and have all these different shows and live shows, they think it's easy. They've made everybody feel comfortable to think it's easy for anybody to get out here and do it, but it's not. And I can admit, even in the beginning when I did it, and of course, I was very unstructured with what I was doing, I realized with the person who even put me out there to do it, she absolutely sucked at it. And she was even shy at it. And I'm like, girl, you gotta do da 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 da. And she just never did it. So she never gained the same notary that I had when I did it. Like, I didn't have any structure. Like someone said, I didn't have a time frame. I just was like, I guess I'll do it in 5 minutes. And that's what it was.
Yeah.
But I always had people who came to listen, because as soon as it popped up, they were like, I know she's going to say some out of pocket shit. Or she's whatever the reason was, because I had some who were just on there to listen because they were hurt. And then I had some, we just chopped it up and had a good time. It was not the same with me with her, because I think she just didn't have the personality for it. And she was so afraid to just say what she wanted to say. Whereas I was like, who's going to be my ass? I'm going to say what the hell I want to say. So, it's true. For the people who come in the chat who say, oh, I can do it. No, you cannot. I don't give a damn what these people show you in this world, because it's 16 million people who are behind the scene and on the camera and doing all this stuff. It is not that easy.
Listen to this. Sonny Kim, listen to this part. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Just listen to this part. How many people can get in the chat and read the chat and have somebody degrade them or call them the N-word or put monkeys up there and say everything that they can possibly say to bring your morale down and accept that? We see Sonny, we be on here together, and we see the shit and we be pissed off, but we blow it off because we know that's how people are. And that's what they want to do. They want to mess up what you're doing. Other people can't handle that.
Well,
No.
Other people can't handle that shit.
I
And
look
that's
at it
part
like
of the stream.
I'm supposed to make it look easy. If because I watch other podcasts and live streams. I watch it. I watch shit, a lot of shit. Cause I'm always and I look at my shit too. And there are times when I see like you know, your energy was kind of low on this one, or you know what I mean, you could tell you was tired. Look, you fell asleep on this one. You know what I mean? But you know, like I said, I'm supposed to make it look easy because I've seen what it looks like when it's hard. I've seen it. You know, I've been a podcast. They don't even. You can see they don't really know what questions to ask. Like they don't have no material. They got the setup. They got the setup. They got the chairs. They might have a couch. You know what I mean? Look, they don't even know. They don't even know how to work the camera. You know what I mean? They got the camera. They got the camera in front of them, but they're facing each other, and they don't even know that you're supposed to face the camera. Even if you're like this, you got to turn it in. You know, so the camera gets the right shot. They don't know that shit, and nobody's telling them. You know, there's no professionalism. So yeah, and even though they might be
And
talking,
even the ones who know that, don't forget, even the ones who know how to do all that, it still doesn't mean they can get up there and do it, because you have to have a personality and know what to say. You have to know when to come in and out with different things. You have to know when to cut off stuff or when to start something. You just have to know it. If you don't naturally know these things, like you can't be scripted into having a good podcast or live show, whatever you want to call it. You can't be scripted into that. People think you can, and they pay people a bunch of money to hire a manager or somebody to come in, and it almost always fails because it's not something you can be scripted into doing. It's something you just have to do naturally. Like everybody thinks because I can read, I can be an actor or actress, and that's not the truth at all. So
you might be able to do voiceovers, but
one bit of advice I want to give you about that speaking engagement your girlfriend wants you to do. One thing you said to Son that night when you was talking about AI was that's your wheelhouse. And if that's your wheelhouse and you're able to get on here and tell and teach us about it and teach the stream about it, you know, when a man up above gives you a gift and gives you knowledge of what you need to teach, where you can teach other people, when you get up on that stage, you only can teach them what you can teach them. So if that's a way of making funds and being able to take care of what you need to take care of financially, my advice would be try it one time and see how it works.
Well,
try it once.
Well,
the thing is, and that way you can see which way to go with it.
The thing is, I'm sure that she's going to move into that if that's what she feels. More than likely, you know, she'll probably give it a shot. But yeah, and you know, Kim, you might find that that's for you, or you might find like, yeah, well, my reservations were right. Like I don't really. Sometimes you don't like shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, yeah, I can do it, but how about I don't like to do it? I would probably be a lot better at it if I liked it, but I don't really like to do it. It's like working at a job just for the money. Like, you know, I could really help this business grow if I fucking light the company up, but I don't. So I just go do my 8 and skate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just do my 8 and skate. Like this, everything ain't for everybody. But when you find your thing that's for your everybody, that's when you found a certain freedom in this world that a lot of people live their whole lives looking for. You know what I mean? Literally, everybody wants to be free, but they live in a penitentiary of themselves, or a penitentiary of their emotions, or a penitentiary of their limitations of release. And what I mean by their limitations of release is like when you are afraid or uncomfortable to say something, whatever it is that you need to say, or however it is that you need to express whatever it is that you need to express or say. When you are in a situation where you feel like you'll be improperly judged or labeled or teased, ridiculed, hurt, or be deemed inappropriate or whatever, that holds you back a lot more than somebody telling you that you can't come into a place because you don't have enough money or something like that. You know, if you get enough money, you can come in. But, you know, for somebody to tell you that you're not the right type of person, well, then that takes a lot. First of all, you have to decide if you really want to be in that bad. And then you have to decide how you're going to go about becoming the kind of person that they want to have in their place. Like, is it really worth it? So yeah, I can understand how some people can do certain things around people, and some people they don't. You know how we, like in sports, they talk about they talk about the home field advantage or the home court advantage. Now you would think like these dudes practice jump shots. They've been doing this shit their whole lives. You cannot make it to the NBA if you only ran ball casually. It's never going to happen. You know what I mean? So you have done everything from the time when you could barely have enough strength to shoot the ball in the court when you were like 3-4 years old to the time when you was balling out of control, thinking that you had hoop dreams. And when you were 13 or 14 to the time when you made the varsity team, to the time you went to basketball camp and balled out with the best in the nation and all of that shit, to the time when you got recruited in college, flunked out, went into the NBA your first year because you knew you had the skills. You would think that you don't need no home court advantage. Your body mechanics are what make the shot go in. You've done it thousands, maybe millions of times. Your muscles are totally programmed to make the shots. So how does it matter whether somebody is cheering for you or booing? How does it matter? Well, because your stage is your home. So that getting hyped up, that cheering on, that encouragement, that push from the crowd, like, yeah, yo, that's the man. Yo, when the ball is in his hands, we know that the game is ours. Yeah, it does something to you psychologically. So the same way that you can be taken out of your game psychologically when you're on the road, even though you know that your team is better than the other team. Pound for pound, player for player, your team is better, way more superior. But guess what? The other team made your home court their stage, and they performed in front of it. It ain't that you scared to play away, because in the NBA, you got 41 games at home, 41 games away in the regular season. So, you can't only be good for those 41 games. You're not going to make the playoffs unless you're in a shitty division, which happens.
It's like I'll Be Sure is the feature act on the tour, and Bobby Brown is his. He's the headliner, and Bobby Brown is his feature. It's old school Bobby Brown, beginning Bobby Brown.
Mm.
When he came with Don't Be Cruel, the Don't Be Cruel Bobby Brown.
That's a shame.
And then all of a sudden,
that ain't fair. That ain't fair.
Bobby Shore became the feature, and Bobby Brown became the headliner. You know what I mean? That's what really happened.
In 88, Bobby Brown deserved that. Really can't no damn I'll Be Sure beat no Bobby Brown. Who would want to come behind Bobby Brown in 88? That motherfucker was all over the stage.
Chris Brown couldn't beat Bobby Brown in 88.
I don't think he could. I don't think he could. Not 88.
I don't think a prime Chris Brown could beat Bobby Brown in 88, man.
Not in 88. That motherfucker was shining bright. He had the songs. He had the energy.
Shit, not that. Not him or Heart Soul. Him and Heart Soul together. His backup dancers. Shit, come on, Bobby, man.
Oh, that was the name of his backup dancers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
He
never knew
said,
that.
heart, soul, dance.
Oh, that's what he was saying.
know that.
That's what he was saying.
That's what he was saying. Heart, soul, dance.
Now, don't ask me what I thought he was saying, because evidently, I was just mouthing something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for real, man.
he had 88 sold up, 89 too,
Listen,
88 and 89.
89.
Yeah.
He had a good 4 year, 5 year run, bro.
Off of the Don't Be Cruel album, he had 2-3 good years, easy,
Yeah.
easy.
So I mean, and that's almost similar to what you were just talking about.
Well,
You know what I mean?
well, think about it. When Bobby Brown was with New Edition, he believed in himself. Once he got once Ray Parker Jr. wrote Mr. Telephone Man for Bobby Brown, it was he couldn't have stayed with New Edition no matter what. It wasn't gonna work. That motherfucker wanted to sing. He wanted to sing Mr. Telephone Man for a half an hour, and they set. The set wasn't but 45 minutes. He wanted half an hour. You know what I'm
He
saying?
wanted to sing and gyrate the whole Mr. Telephone Man song.
Yo, he wanted them to speed it up, slow it down. You know what I mean? Chop it and screw it. You know what I'm saying? They done moved on to Cool It Now. He like, Mr. Cool It Now. There's something wrong with my line.
Now, there's something wrong with my life.
One thing I know for sure, son is gonna bring up Ray Parker Jr. his favorite.
Look. I said Ray Parker Jr.
Favorite.
He had good music. Like I said, you know what I mean? I consider him to be what do we say? You have the musical genius and the musical something student. What is it?
Student, yeah.
No, it wasn't student. It was what was the word we used?
Well, you ready to go right back on your pop? You ready to go about that?
No. I just got to go through the. Damn.
That's what it was. Did we just add that or something during the show?
It was wait a minute. The musical Jesus and the musical average student. That's what it was. The musical average student.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, but Ray Parker was good. I just considered him to be an average student, not a genius. But he could write some songs and perform some shit for other people. He wrote a lot of shit for other people. I just don't think that those things were, you know, he wasn't the best for himself. But he didn't have to be. Those ASCAP checks, those publishing checks are way bigger than those what do you call it? The checks that you get for royalty checks. Much bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Much bigger. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? Shout out to Ray Parker Jr. If you somewhere out there, man, I don't hate you. You know what I mean? I think you dope. You just an average student.
I do
That's
agree
all.
with him when he said a woman needs a love, just like you did.
Yeah, he was right. But like I said, when Ray wrote Mr. Telephone Man for Bobby Brown knew like this is my moment to shine. This is now Ralph's stage is my stage. They don't know it yet, but this is my stage. I'm not gonna have the biggest hit on this album solo and relinquish the stage to Ralph again. It's not gonna happen. So
you know what the fucked up thing about it though, son? Don't Be Cruel wasn't his first album.
Exactly, but
and a lot
don't
of people don't even know that.
But Don't Be Cruel became his stage. His first album wasn't his stage. He was still.
First album his first 2 hits was banging on that shit, man.
Yo, what? I need a girlfriend. Look, he tried to make it his stage, and people just wasn't going for it yet. You know
then when he did
like, go
when
for
he
it.
did the Larry Blackman, he did the Larry Blackman produced Girl Next Door.
Yeah, he had some heat. They just wasn't ready. They wasn't ready for Bobby. Bobby said on Bobby said, ain't gonna be no sophomore jinx. My second album about to be my first. Watch this shit here. You know what I mean? Shit. I don't even think he did know none of the songs from his first album by the time he did his second album. Like, fuck that shit.
One part of it.
He didn't know.
This is my second. Look.
He did not one song off of that first album.
You know what he said? He said, this is my second first album. You know what I mean? This is my second freshman year. No, I ain't getting left back.
It's 1A and 1B.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, he found the way. He found his way. He found his stage, and he found a way to get comfortable. Bobby Brown is nowhere near the best singer in any category, but he had so much star appeal back then that it didn't matter because he put everything into it. So I'm going to sing my heart out the best that I can, and I'm a dance. I already got this little bad boy swag thing going on. I'm hanging out with rappers. I'm rapping myself. You know what I mean? I'm doing some shit here, and he found his stage. A lot of cats hadn't found their stage. Whitney Houston, as good as a singer as she was, she hadn't found her stage on that first album. She hadn't found it. You know what I mean? The second album, when she came out with "Wanna Dance with Somebody," you could see like, oh, okay. Now this might be, you know, it looks like she's going in the pop direction, but you can start to see like, oh, she's doing some other shit. You know, she's doing fast songs too. Okay, I might not like it as much, but hey, the voice is there. The voice is there, and you start seeing that even though she couldn't dance a lick, it didn't matter. You know what I mean? She was almost out there Mary J. Blige in it, but she you know what I mean? She just wasn't no Mary. Now, Mary J. Blige could never do the Mary J. Blige if she had a Whitney Houston voice. It wouldn't have fit. No, the world ain't ready for that level of vocal talent and expression on stage. She'd have been the female Michael Jackson. Or something. So yeah, but yeah, you find your stage and you find a way to be able to dance and sing. I mean, when you really think about it, finding your way, think about what I just said. You find a way to dance and sing. Most people are finding ways not to. Find your way to be able to dance and sing, regardless of who's looking, regardless of who's listening, regardless of who's recording. Once you do that, you've really found your pathway to freedom. And motherfuckers is gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for motherfuckers to deal with you. So when you trying to help somebody else find their way to dance and sing, dance, sing, talk, whatever, you know what I mean? It can be really hard because, you know, they may be so deep into trying to quote unquote get themselves to the point where they can do it, or where they feel like people always feel better doing things that they know that they're really good at. But you can have a bad night or a string of bad nights doing something that you're really good at, and you fuck them up for a string of nights. You know what I'm saying? It happens when you have not found your stage. Troy, how many nights have we gone to three places? We perform at three places on our way to the fourth. The first, second, and third went swimmingly. And the fourth is like, or
like the shit. That fourth was like the fucking Price is Right. Dun, 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 dun. Oh,
right. Now, there were times when you might have did good on the first and second one, fucked up on the third, got mad and found the fourth to make up for the third, you know, to wash the third away. You know what I mean? Let me get the third off. Nah, that third wasn't real. That third wasn't real.
That fourth one, watch that third one right off.
Same jokes. Same jokes. Different stage. You know what I mean?
It's all about knowing your crowds, man.
Man, I went down south. I went to go visit my brother in North Carolina twice. And this is like 2006. So the shit that I'm talking about up here, I'm talking about crackheads and I'm talking about, shit that happened on the subway, around the way. You know what I'm saying? Now I know not to keep it but so local, but I'm thinking like everybody got crackheads, but not everybody listens to jokes about crackheads.
Mm-hmm.
So when I knew some people down in North Carolina because I went to go see my brother in Charlotte. And at this time, this is 2006, 2007, I'm on fire. Like, you can't tell me nothing about this stage. Like, I'm like a battle comedian. Who won it? So when I get down there and I'm watching they comedians because it was like an open mic or whatever. And I'm like, these cats, some of them got a little something, but most of these cats not funny. You can tell that they just starting out or whatever, they haven't found their way. So I get on stage, I'm doing my shit, mad confidence. And there was a comedian that had moved down there who used to live up here. I can't remember his name, but remember the big boy, the fat boy. He was a mechanic. Remember what? No, the black dude. He was cool. He was real cool with Beefy and Harley and he was the one who was doing the sponsorship with the white boy that was at the Manny Young Diner when they had the comedy contest down there.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he had moved down there. And he was showing me like, all right, we can get on this mic, son, and we can go into this one, blah blah blah. And he already knew what I was working with. So I get on stage and I do my thing, and and they was laughing and all of that, but you know what I'm saying? It was like I was used to the like, oh my God, I don't believe he said that. Yeah, I'm looking for that. And he was like, son, you still got it, definitely. He said, but down here, when you talk about crackheads and that kind of shit, like you gotta kind of ease them into that. So dude, like put the things at the back of your set in front of it. And put what you would do up in Philly, put that in the back of your set, because by the time they've accepted you for your regular universal commercial jokes, then you can, once you got them, then you can start talking about your hard shit that you like to talk about. And he was dead right. So I went on 2 more mics after that. And killed them. They was like, oh my God, when you coming back down, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, so it's different. You go to different places around the country and all that kind of shit. So your set you have to be able to adjust it. And I'm only telling that story because there could be times in your regular life, whether or not you are on stage or whatever, not everybody does a performing art, but whatever thing that you are doing to express yourself, to release yourself, you have to know your audience and you have to know what order to put it in. You can't always put things in the order that you've done them before, because you might need to, shift it around a little bit, put the front to the back or the middle to the front or something like that. To whereas, you get them on your side first, which is a level of being comfortable for them and for you. Because when somebody, when you make people comfortable, then you build trust with them, and then they will allow you to come into their house a little bit more. And they'll be more inviting, and they may give you more of themselves, which is what you might be looking for as well. So if you connect that to the people that you know and that you love, like, listen, man, I'm talking to anybody who has ever struggled with somebody that they were close to or thought that they were close to, but you realized that you weren't as close as you needed to be because you you could tell that they were holding something back from you, not a secret, but something about themselves that you felt like they should be able to trust you with, and they just weren't there with you yet. It could be them, or it could be you. Regardless of who it is, you want better for them and better for your situation. So sometimes you got to make it that way. You got to make it that way. It's tough. It's tough.
It's like having your black voice and your white voice. You got to know when to tweak them around certain people. You know what I mean? You know how when we talk to you,
it's funny because I put a post on social media the other day. I said there is such thing as talking white, and you know niggas came through because there's a such thing as niggas too. Niggas came through talking about, well, my parents taught me how to speak proper English, so if that offends you, blah blah blah. And I said, what does proper English or speaking proper English have to do with talking white? Most white people, if you've been around white people, you don't be hearing no proper English.
Nope.
Fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, black people think that white people read better, write better, and talk better. But
I don't.
The ones who haven't been around them, that's what they think. But that's only showing their insecurity and they lack of appreciation for themselves. That's all that show. Because I'm like, what white people speak proper English? What you talking about? Like your corporate white people? Some do and some don't. But I have to explain to them, it's not about your vocabulary, because not all white people use big words. Fuck is you talking about? I've heard Don King use more big words than any white person I've ever met. I ain't know what the fuck he was talking about a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? And he definitely sounded black. So I'm like, it's more about your vernacular, your inflection, the way that you accentuate your words. That's what makes you sound either white or black. Because when you hear black people talking, when you hear white people talking black, now you gonna say it's no such thing as talking black? Oh yeah? Well, when you hear white people talking black, you know that they're mocking black people. It's a fact. And they may be mocking them to be funny, because there are plenty of white people who grew up around black people, or just don't hate black people. On Sports Center or any sports TV show, they talk black. The white people are always going to use some black terms because it's all hip hop shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't hear all.
Kelsey is a perfect example.
Who?
Travis Kelsey. He's the perfect example.
But he like black women.
Well,
But he's a certain vernacular.
No, he still like him.
Trying to be and fit in. But when he got with Taylor, he was a whole different person.
Oh yeah. You can see his look now. He look like a Backstreet Boy now.
Yeah. Well,
he even speaks like him. Because remember at first he was like, "Yeah, what's the? How y'all doing? Blah blah blah." Now he's like, "Hey, hello, hi guys."
He scored a touchdown, was doing a stinky leg and everything.
Hey,
he's his true self now.
Look, I was about to say he can always go home. You know what I'm saying? But that's
what he did. He went right home.
But there is a such thing as talking black, and there's a such thing as talking white. And the only thing I was saying is that it doesn't have anything to do with your level of intelligence or more proper English or vocabulary. You're off when it comes to that. It's more about how you try to mimic something that you think is better than you or more refined than you, even though they're only talking like that in certain settings. I went to school with white people my whole life. I know for a fact that they don't speak proper English all the time. Some do, most don't. Because they relax just like we say y'all, many of them say yous. You know what I mean? Both of them in the dictionary. Neither one of them used to be. You know, hip hop built a bridge. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you another word that's really not a word. Normalcy. It's not a word. The word is normality. But there was a president. I think was it Taft or Carter? One of those presidents in the 20th century coined the. Hold on. He coined the term.
One thing is for sure, it's definitely in this country we're going to get a bunch of words that.
Wait. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Which American president coined the word normalcy? Warren G. Harding. The American president associated with coining and popularizing the word normalcy was Warren G. Harding. Harding used the term normalcy in his 1920 presidential campaign to advocate for a return to traditional American values and practices, contrasting it with the progressive policies of his predecessor, Woodrow Wilson. So yeah, it's supposed to be normality. It's not normalcy, but now you'll look in the dictionary and boom, you'll see normalcy. But there was no such word before. So
let me ask you, son. Let me hear your black voice.
I thought I just did it.
Okay, let me hear your white voice.
Oh, hold on. Let me put my glasses on. Hold on. Hold on.
Listen, you're absolutely right. Woodrow Wilson set us back.
Hold on.
Black people back even worse back in them days.
Good evening.
What happened?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Y'all ready for my white voice or not?
Let's hear son white voice.
All right. Good evening. This is Chad Silverman calling for Mid-Atlantic Waterproofing. Listen, sir. We've been getting a lot of reports for people having moisture and sometimes water in their basement due to flooding, and we want to have a bunch of technicians out in the area. And if you've been having a problem with this sort of thing, we can have them come out and give you a free assessment, and we can kind of see where it goes from there. Have you experienced any moisture or wetness in your basement? Yeah. You know, as a matter of fact, I have. I had the sump pump down there, and it got the water up pretty good. But yeah, when it rains, especially when it rains really hard, we get a lot of water down there. So you say you're gonna have some guys come out? Yeah, sir. We can have a technician come out and see what's going on, and if you like what he has to say, then it'll be of no cost to you, and you can do business with him, or you can just let him give you a free assessment and send him on his merry way. Oh yeah, that'd be great. What day are you going to be out? Well, let me get my appointment book out. So yeah, that's my white voice. Now, even my black voice has been for real niggas. For real niggas, they say my black voice is still white. So you know what I mean? Like,
why do you like the same voice?
Well, it's their levels. No. I was doing two white dudes when I was with the phone. It was my professional Chad Silverman voice, and it was the regular dude who work in construction. You know what I mean? He like, yeah. I have had I've had some moisture in the basement. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, like I said, had the sump pump.
What I wanted to say to you, right, is that it's not a black or white voice. It's the tone that you bring your voice down when you talking in a different voice. When you're talking on a professional level. When you talking amongst your friends and you talking amongst each other, it's kind of so much on a hyper and a louder voice, a louder tone.
No. It's the white voice. Mm-hmm. Because when I'm at work, I need the white voice, because the white voice will not only get me hired, but it'll keep me hired, and it will make white people think that I won't haul off and smack them if they start mouthing off. So yeah, it's the white voice. I need that. You know what I mean? So I don't have no problem. Listen. Look, I don't mince words, and I ain't trying to. I don't mind code switching. I think every black person and even white people, you gotta know how to code switch. You ain't gotta be. You know what I mean? Them motherfuckers out here talking about something. Keep it real. Well, real is anything I know how to do good. That's real. You build your reality. Don't have to be my reality. So when I'm successful, guess what? That's real. And guess what? Your failure is real. Now you got to get better, and I got to get better too. But I won. So you know what I mean? Like I'm not saying. Only thing I have a problem with black people talking white is that 9 times out of 10, black people who are talking white are doing so because they think that black people are inferior. We have an inferiority complex within our people that needs to be eradicated, but it's not. It grows, it festers, it infects, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. And even the talking black is getting worse. Because before, when I would have said that, well, there really isn't that much of a difference between the two things, because as long as the expression is good, that's cool. But when I see videos of dudes from Philly, when I see them talk now, and I realize they can't even talk, you know what I mean? Like, all right, I'm gonna do the Philly black, the modern, the young Philly young nigga, the YN. And like, yo, hey, so hold on. This the Philly version. So it's like, yo, so no, the bull was like, yo, I don't even know what type time he was on, cause yo, like the way he carried it was, and yo, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Cause it was like, yo. So
I get what you're saying, man. I get what you're saying. and you know what else was happening? You know what I'm talking about. You know him and her. Man, I don't even know what to say, man. I ain't gonna say nothing else about it, man.
So like, yeah, yo, he, like the bull be drawing. The bull be drawing. He like, yo, he drawing, and like, I ain't know how, like that, but that's how he carrying it though. That's how he carrying it, like, so I ain't
type shit on phone, type shit, G. You know what I mean? That's that type shit, man, on phone now.
Oh, wait, hold up, Jason Sloan.
The girls talk like that too.
What, in
like,
Philly?
I will hang up on everywhere. Listen, I deal with attorneys in the morning. So sometimes I get their clients who call and tell, want to do their intake, blah, blah, blah. And I can't tell you how many times I hear it's somebody young, and I just take a deep breath and prepare. I have to mentally prepare myself. So 1, I can stay professional, and 2, I just don't spaz out and hang up, because I'm like, oh God, this is getting ready to be the longest phone call for no reason, because the girls and the boys, I'm always like, where is your parents? I don't care if you're 25. Can you go get an adult, your parents, your uncle, grandparent, some other person to put on the phone besides you? Because they all talk the same. I don't think it's just a Philly thing. I just think it's universal.
No, I'm not talking.
All are just,
it's definitely no. I'm not. What I was doing wasn't just a Philly thing. It was the Philly slang, because there's certain things that people say in Philly, like you know how like in Detroit they be like, "What up, though?" You know what I mean? Yeah. So in Philly they might be like, "Yeah." So yeah, I mean, so. Like, I don't even know what type time he was on. Like, the boy she on some bullshit. But shorty, yo, she got turkey. I mean, I understand why he made the move, but cause she got turkey. That thing crazy. That shit crazy. But when the bull snitch, he a snitch, and you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be, I ain't trying to be giving a lot of time to no boy that be, you know what I mean, on that rat type time. But anyway, so I told the boy, I don't want to spaz on, I ain't trying, I ain't trying to hit him up like that. But when push come to shove, then I might have to. Well, anyway, so look, you know what I'm saying? We gonna go get we gonna go get the joint. Come on, man, we gonna get the joint, the joint. Okay, you know what I'm talking. All right, so listen. You know what I mean? Around that time, then we gonna go get the joint, and we gonna head on back, and everything should be cool. So that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, they talk like that everywhere in the country, but there's a certain way that Philly dudes do it, and they have an accent. They definitely have a Philly accent. The way they say something.
You holding pipe? You holding pipe, bro?
Well, you know what, Troy? Like the way Philly dudes say the word girl. Like we'd be like, his girl. Like it's GURL, girl. Like they don't say that in other parts of the city. And the way they Philly dudes drag it out. Yo, you see his girl? Yo, his girl. Like they don't do that everywhere. You know what I mean? We be damn near singing and complaining. They be damn near singing and complaining when they talk like, yo, in the bull. Oh shit, no, it's not like that. So when I go to New York, they don't talk like that shit. They know you from Philly when you start talking like that, because they words are shorter. Be like, yo, no, hey, what up, yo. You know what I mean? It's much shorter. We dragging it out. Oh shit! Like I saw this boy. So the cops killed this boy on camera, and the boy that was filming it, he was like, because they was around, they was near his car when they was tussling with the boy. The boy had mental problems, whatever. It was sad when they killed the boy.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, you hear how he was talking? He was like, yo, watch the wheel. Oh shit. Oh, yo, you ain't have to do him like that. Oh shit. Oh, yo, why you had to give him so many shots? You ain't have to give him that many shots. I was like,
God, I hate that. I will stop it. Stop.
I'm just telling you.
And the fucked up part is when the news people come around, they go right to him.
No. They won't.
They always go to the people.
No, but they always go. They never go. They hardly ever. In Philly, they newscasters hardly ever go to men. They always go to women. Oh, and if they do go to a man, it's normally an older dude who is like associated with the victim. You know what I mean? But you hardly ever. They don't never interview no young boys. Ain't no young boys getting on camera saying shit. They ain't saying shit. Like, oh hell no. No, yeah, I mean, not in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? They got that drill shit. Oh, you talking to you on camera talk, but no. Ain't no YNs getting on camera. They'll get on Instagram and tell their whole fucking life. But for the news cameras, nothing. The
only way the news cameras can get an interview is they put a beat to it.
You know what I mean? But the chicks, they put the
they already know.
They find the most.
They already know.
They find the most ratchet hood chick, and you know what I mean? Like, well, yeah, because like it's a shame. It's a shame because he was a good dude. You know what I mean? And he took care of his kids, and he was just doing the right thing. And it's a shame. It's a shame that the cops gotta be like that because yeah, that's who they go. YNs, no. Yeah. YBs, yeah. But anyway, look, we gotta get on up out of here. Yo,
wait, hold up. What's a YB?
Young bitches, fuck it. If you got one, you got YN.
YB.
I don't see how you can have YNs without YBs. You know what I'm saying?
You just made up. You gonna have motherfuckers talking about, look at this YB.
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's time.
Oh shit.
It's time.
You can't have a YN without the YB.
All right, y'all. I gotta go. I got some carpets to shampoo. All right.
All right, boy.
I'ma holler at y'all later. Y'all have a real
Much love to everybody.
All right, y'all have a good day.
Everybody have a good one. Stay safe.
Without a doubt. Peace. Good stuff, y'all. Oh, you know what? I meant to do the poll before I got them off, but we good. All right, let's do the poll. Poll question, 35 votes. Which of these is the hardest for you to do around people you don't know or are uncomfortable with? 26% said singing. 26% said dancing. 23% said talking. And 26% says PDA, which is public displays of affection, kissing, hugging, speaking affectionately. You know what? This is the most balanced poll that I think I've ever seen. This is impressive. But it's pretty indicative. It's pretty indicative of some of the challenges that people have with people. Well, some of the challenges that people have expressing themselves, whether physically or verbally, around people that they are uncomfortable with. So I think this is a pretty good representation. I like that. You know, because it's almost 26% down the line, except for somebody had to lose a little bit because it can't be. You know, you can't have 4 26s. You're going to get 104. All right. So, all right, let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious August 20. Oh, I'm sorry, August 30th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, Kia Graham. Happy birthday, and also Charles Blackwell, and he's raising money for the Hip Hop Museum. What's that? I need to go check that out. And also, Sunshine Renee, Corey Martin, T. Born Ready, Lisa Dawn, Dion Imani, Gwen K. Landrum, Deidre Williams, Timothy Warren, Marquetta, or that's probably Marquita. It's definitely spelled Marquetta, but I'll bet you it's a Marquita. Marquita Simmons, Harry Stevens Jr., Yolanda Page, a lot of birthdays on this 30th. Sharon Wilkerson, Chantrice Renee, go get her, Chantrice Renee from the D. Michelle Lewis, Sharnette Wilson, Ernest Moore, last but not least. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious August 30th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, to rock out. Rock on to do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, yo, don't sing, don't dance, don't do anything, don't want to ever take a chance around people who you don't know and you can't flow. I know how it be and how it go, but it don't have to be so. And I think it's time to go for what you know. What you reap, you will sow. And whatever you got in the tuck, that's what you stole. And it's all right with me. You come out of your shell when it's time to be expressive to the fullest extent of the law. And you gonna give some fly shit that they ever saw. Yeah, all y'all. Yo, yes, y'all. We gonna make sure that we pass the test all people that's involved in this whole making. We gonna do this thing as we undertaking this kind of thing that we are part of. I'm going to express myself because that's the art of, not the art of war, but I'm giving you more. So you got to ask yourself what you came for. Yeah, you my boy, and you also my girl. I'm talking about next to you. Yo, you kind of thorough. And I appreciate the way that you make me feel. Everything is going to be all right. We keep it real. And it's still that I keep in the tuck. Hey, yo, you coming too close. You about to get fucked. And I ain't talking about with the dick. I'm talking about with the steel in the steel in the stick. And yo, you make you sick. Yeah, you can say that you was sick as you was bleeding because you was trying to give me something I wasn't needing. What I need now is a little peace. And I'm times that I need release. Everything is gonna be all right. We doing this thing in the afternoon, yo, but later on tonight, everything is gonna be good. Yo, I'm from the same place, same neighborhood, same house that I grew up in. And I'm about to go back around the way and start and begin from the beginning. That's where we started. So I'm like here with the dearly departed. I want to say what's up and peace to my ancestors, the one that passed on, and the best of the West. Yo, the East and the South. Yo, the North is coming through. And of course, I'm glad that I did this show. And I'm glad that I do it every day. And it makes me feel like, yo, everything is going to be good. I'm glad y'all came through. Let's get that understood. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow with another Urban Therapy with Sun show, 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon. So make sure y'all come on through. Come on through. I said, come on through. Before I leave out of here, I'm gonna be a little bit petty and say, yo, the Cowboys trading Michael Parsons. Oh my God, that shit brought tears to my eyes. Cause yo, I'm gonna be teasing those low life bums for the rest of this season. And I know I'm wrong for that, but I know that the Lord will forgive me for that. It's a beautiful thing. We'll see them on Thursday and everything is gonna be all right. Selena, what's up? Thanks for coming through, y'all. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. I'm gonna get back with y'all. Holla!